Hi everyone, welcome back to Curiosity Facts channel. Today, I want to share with you a gripping tale that has left us all shaken up. It's a true story of terror and humanity, a story about a family who moved into their dream home only to discover that they weren't alone. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself because we're about to inspect the mysterious world of The Watcher House. The case. Let's travel back to August 2019, where Derek and Maria Broaddus stumbled upon a stunning residence nestled in the charming town of Westfield, New Jersey. They immediately fell head over heels for the place, envisioning themselves settling down and building a life together. Little did they anticipate that their fairy tale ending would soon transform into a bone-chilling horror story. Although initially everything appeared picture-perfect, unsettling occurrences commenced shortly after moving in. Barely a few weeks went by before the couple started receiving unsettling letters from an unknown sender claiming to monitor their every move.
Dearest me neighbor at 657 Boulevard, allow me to welcome you to the neighborhood. How did you end up here? Did 657 Boulevard call to you with its force within? 657 Boulevard has been the subject of my family for decades now, and as it approaches its 110th birthday, I have been put in charge of watching and waiting for its second coming. My grandfather watched the house in the 1920s and my father watched in the 1960s. It is now my time. Do you know the history of the house? Do you know what lies within the walls of 657 Boulevard? Why are you here? I will find out. Who am I? There are hundreds and hundreds of cars that drive by 657 Boulevard each day. Maybe I am in one. Look at all the windows you can see from 657 Boulevard. Maybe I am in one. Welcome my friends, welcome. Let the party begin. The Watcher. All of the windows and doors in 657 Boulevard allow me to watch you and track you as you move through the house. Who am I? I am the Watcher and have been in control of 657 Boulevard for the better part of 2 decades now. Do you need to fill the house with the young blood I requested? Better for me. Was your old house too small for the growing family? Or was it greed to bring me your children? Once I know their names, I will call to them and draw them to me. I am pleased to know your names now and the name of the young blood you have brought to me. You certainly say their names often. 657 Boulevard is anxious for you to move in. It has been years and years since the young blood ruled the hallways of the house. Have you found all of the secrets it holds yet? Will the young blood play in the basement? Or are they too afraid to go down there alone? I would be very afraid if I were them. It is far away from the rest of the house. If you were upstairs, you would never hear them scream. The house is crying from all the pain it is going through. You have changed it and made it so fancy. You are stealing its history. It cries for the past and what used to be in the time when I roamed its halls. The 1960s were a good time for 657 Boulevard when I ran from room to room imagining the life with the rich occupants there. The house was full of life and young blood. Then it got old and so did my father. But he kept watching until the day he died. And now I watch and wait for the day when the young blood will be mine again. I pass by many times a day. 657 Boulevard is my job, my life, my obsession. And now you are too. Welcome to the product of your greed. Greed is what brought the past 3 families to 657 Boulevard, and now it has brought you to me. The Watcher. To the vile and spiteful Derek and his wench of a wife Maria. You wonder who the Watcher is? Turn around, idiots. Maybe you even spoke to me, one of the so-called neighbors who has no idea who the Watcher could be. Or maybe you do know and are too scared to tell anyone. Good move.
The contents of each missive left them petrified and deeply distressed, heightening their anxiety levels considerably. Background checks. At the onset of the incident, the concerned authorities failed to recognize its severity and brushed off the situation as a mere practical joke. However, matters took a grave turn as the stalker stepped up his game by sending photographs of the family via an electronic communication medium. What set these particular snapshots apart from the rest was that they showed the interior of the Broaddus household, implying that the perpetrator must have somehow managed to break into the property undetected. Consequently, the local law enforcement officials became increasingly suspicious and uneasy regarding the circumstances surrounding the case. Prime suspects. As the days passed, the authorities struggled to make any progress in the case despite their best efforts. Investigators questioned neighbors and acquaintances of the Broaddus family in hopes of obtaining any useful leads, yet none provided any insightful information. It almost felt as though the individual responsible for these horrific deeds was a figment of the Broaddus imagination, an intangible entity that existed solely in the realm of fear and paranoia. Their elusive nature added another layer of complexity to an already bewildering puzzle, leaving everyone puzzled and perplexed. Inside the Watcher House. To gather further insights into the enigma that was the Watcher House, our investigative team paid a visit to the property itself. During our exploration, we observed something rather peculiar. A vague silhouette could be seen lurking near the windows, concealed behind the drawn curtains. The sight was both startling and unsettling, raising fresh doubts and fears among the group. Additionally, we stumbled upon an ancient journal, which had belonged to the former occupants of the house. The entries within the diary contained gut-wrenching accounts of supernatural occurrences and macabre happenings that had transpired within those very walls many years ago, adding fuel to the mounting speculation that surrounded the property. Who's responsible? Following a lengthy and painstaking investigation, the authorities were able to track down the perpetrators behind the chilling incidents that had plagued the Broaddus family. Shockingly, the culprits turned out to be a father and son duo, both carrying criminal backgrounds. These malefactors had been monitoring the Broaddus household closely, surreptitiously entering the premises not once, but twice, in order to photograph the family members and transmit sinister messages. Thanks to the diligent efforts of the police department, justice was served, and the Broaddus family could now sleep peacefully at night, secure in the knowledge that the nightmare was finally over. So, this was the spine-tingling tale of The Watcher House. It's a narrative that blends elements of terror and humanity, serving as a poignant lesson about the fragility of trust. All too often, we place our faith in others only to find ourselves betrayed. It's a sobering reality that underscores the importance of staying vigilant in today's uncertain world. I want to thank you for joining us on this chilling adventure. I sincerely hope that you found my account both thrilling and informative, and I look forward to sharing more riveting narratives with you in the future. Until next time, please stay safe and continue tuning into my channel for more captivating stories.